What will happen if you do 100 push-ups a day? Well, in today's video, you're gonna find out. Now, today's video is the third and final video out of this calisthenics how-to series we've been releasing. So if you have not checked out the previous videos, you can do that right now by going to the link in the description, and you'll actually get a free download. So you get your first workout absolutely free. You can download that on that page. So be sure to check that out right now if you haven't already, because I also have something really special I want to give to you, but you can only get access to that if you go to the link down below. All right, so I want to jump on my laptop because I wanted to point to some notes, because before we go into what would happen if you did 100 push-ups a day, it's important that we understand how the body builds strength and muscle. And so I'm pointing to this article. This is in Scientific American, and this is from Professor of Physiology, Mark Andrews, and he basically talks about the two main ways that the body builds strength. And there's really only two ways, and that is one, neural adaptation, so your nervous system just getting more efficient at doing the movement and using that muscle contraction. And then the second one is hypertrophy. So this is just essentially increasing the size of the muscle itself. And so those are the two ways that we build strength. And how do we do that? Well, you apply a lot of stress on your body, and then your body heals and it grows stronger. Once you start training, the first 2 to 8 weeks, a lot of your strength gains are going to be just from your nervous system getting more efficient. And then after that, most of the gains after that are going to be due to hypertrophy. So the two most important things for getting these strength gains is one, applying stress, and then number two, resting and allowing adaptation. If those two things do not occur, you're not going to be getting strength gains. So based on that, here's what will happen if you do 100 push-ups a day. It will certainly be better than not doing anything. However, it's just not going to be an effective method for increasing your strength. And here's why. Let's say you're a beginner and you're going to do 100 push-ups a day. Your body on the first day is going to undergo a lot of stress, which is really good. That's what you want. However, since you are doing it every day, you're not going to allow that crucial rest to occur. So after workout, you'll need at least 48 hours of rest. Otherwise, your strength gains are just going to suffer. Now let's say you're advanced and you're going to do 100 push-ups a day. Well, 100 push-ups for an advanced athlete will be way too easy. You're not going to put your body under enough stress to really initiate good strength gains. And plus the fact that you're doing 100 push-ups a day, this just means you're not changing the amount of stress you're applying onto your body. And so this means you're going to plateau very quickly, because your body's going to adapt to those 100 push-ups, and you'll need to add more resistance and make it more challenging for you to get new strength gains. So what are the most effective methods for seeing, steady strength gains and steady muscle growth? Well, based on the studies, which I'll put in the link in the description, and our own experience, here's some good rules of thumb. First, as far as training, how many times a week you should train, stick to 1 to 3 sessions a week. This gives your body plenty of rest in between. And now when I talk about training, I'm talking about when you put a lot of stress on your body. So if you're doing a conditioning workout where you're doing sets of pull-ups, and things like that, and you're putting a lot of stress on your body, that's when you want to have adequate rest. If you're doing basic skills or like jogging and stuff like that, you can do that pretty much every day and be okay. The big thing is just listen to your body. When you feel like you need rest, rest. The next thing is how many reps or how much resistance should you be adding into your workouts, into your exercises. Well, again, based on the studies and our own experience, you want to keep your reps in a lower rep range, so like 5 to 12 reps max. That's where you're going to see the best gains. So if you can do more reps, so let's say the 100 push-ups, if you can do sets of 20 push-ups or so, you need to be adding on more resistance if you want to see effective gains. So you can either do this like we talked about in the previous videos by maybe switching to a one-arm variation. You could put on a weight vest or something if you wanted to. Or like we talked about in the previous video, switching up the contraction and making it more challenging for you. Now when it comes to volume, meaning the number of sets of each exercise you're going to do, this is important too. And according to the studies as well, what we've seen is that you want to be hitting at least 3 to 5 sets. You want to be getting a good volume going on. And usually the lower reps you do, the more sets. So if you're going to do, 10 to 12 reps, doing 3 sets is a good number. And if you're doing, around 5 reps, doing 5 sets would be a good number. So forget the 100 push-ups a day. Follow those simple guidelines with your workouts, and that's how you're going to see that steady growth. Whether you're a beginner or more advanced, the same principles will apply.